I'm so mad right now, like in a funny way. It's rare that the video I'm about to produce falls right in line with what like a massive YouTuber is also talking about. So like if it weren't for Phil DeFranco, I'm sure the video that you're watching right now would be like way more crazy popular because we're kind of talking about very similar things. No, but seriously, I am free from my MCN and I couldn't be happier. For those of you not in the know, there are these partnerships that you can jump into as a YouTube creator that are supposed to give you these great relationships, this great support, help improve your ad revenue or your collaborations. It's kind of like everyone's dancing around the idea of some kind of creators union, but there really isn't the fortitude to create something proper as an organization or an institution. So we get these kind of half-hearted business attempts to lump people together so that we can all be sold as a collective of products. I'm pretty much fine with that. I want this content to be consumed. But right now with the adpocalypse happening, sponsors are pulling their ads from YouTube because of dicey or racy material. The idea of paying a middleman some kind of cut of my ad revenue is becoming an increasingly less desirable proposition. Actually, I shouldn't say it that way. I would be fine with a company taking a cut of my earnings if they were also delivering a commiserate level of support. And that's where my MCN, for me, was a load of crap. See, this channel's always been a mid-tier performer. I just broke 49,000 subscribers proper. My entire tech reviewing career, I've always been a writer or contributor for larger entities. At the moment, Pocket now with 1.3 million subscribers. You'll see this face a lot, but that doesn't mean I want to give up on the little community that I've created here. So this MCN reaches out to me and says, oh, well, what we're gonna do, we're gonna pair you up with some other content creators, some larger than you, help you get you some more exposure. We've got strategic partnerships with larger media entities, including the Huffington Post. They're always looking for content. And we've got these great tools to help you improve the quality of your videos. Pretty much all of those points were lies. Excuse me, misrepresentations of what the actual relationship and partnership would be between the content creator and the third-party system, which had a cadre of other talent under its umbrella, AKA lies. I sign up with the MCN and they have this little window of time that should kind of give the partnership a feel, see where we want to go with it before I can bounce back out of it. But I can cancel that partnership at any time, I was told over a phone call. And I start looking through the roster of other creators and I start looking at the Huffington Post partnership and they've got this one partnership with a system called Epidemic Sound. I like, hey, maybe I can get some cool music tracks to put into the backgrounds of my videos. That first month, everything's looking good. By the second month, that's when your first sort of pay period rolls around. And I noticed that my videos have taken a small hit, but you know what, that's cool because they're gonna help me get more exposure. They're gonna hook me up with better collaborations and I'm gonna have access to free music. Ultimately, those are nice perks for that small loss in revenue. And that's pretty much when communication sort of just stopped. Super hands-on, super ingratiating when I was signing up, and then it would take 2 or 3 emails and a couple phone calls before some basic questions would get answered. Immediately, I wanted to know about the Huffington Post collaborations. That took 2 months to get an answer on. And it was basically the Huffington Post likes to pick from their video creators for the videos that they want to feature. It has nothing to do with any actual kind of content creation or real partnership. It's not like they're looking to engage with these creators to create content for the Huffington Post platform. It's just, oh yeah, occasionally we'll embed videos and we like some of these YouTubers, so that's who we pick from. That's not really a business relationship. I was already skeptical about collaborations. I already work with some pretty cool YouTubers. I love doing the Bored at Work podcast. I love working with Warren over at BW1. And the person managing my account through this MCN had zero interest in trying to pair me up with other people on their roster. And I get it. I mean, if someone had a significantly larger channel than mine, what interest would they have in trying to promote me as an individual on their channel instead of just trying to make sure that their viewers are focused on their content? And lastly, that brings me to this Epidemic Sound thing. I cannot stress this enough. Do not sign up for a service like Epidemic Sound. YouTube already has some severe issues with policing copyright, especially when it comes to music. You pop in copyrighted music on your channel, that's a really easy way to get a strike and potentially get your videos pulled or your channel just completely pulled down. The system at Epidemic Sound, they've got a series of music tracks which are whitelisted for your channel. That sounds great. This is music I can use in my videos that won't get me a copyright strike on YouTube. So while you're a member of the MCN, you get Epidemic for free, but after you leave your MCN, you have to pay a monthly subscription service to keep your channel whitelisted for as long as you want those videos to be on YouTube. Now, for me personally, I want my videos to be on YouTube until YouTube evaporates, until the sun explodes, consuming the earth in a ball of fire. And I don't want to have to pay monthly for the privilege of having these tracks on the backgrounds of my videos. It took about 10 minutes of investigative digging on the Epidemic terms of service just to see what I was getting into there, and I'm glad that I did not utilize that service. As a quick aside, for those of you who are interested in putting music on your videos and not getting copyright strikes on YouTube, first I would check out the tracks that Google provides you for free. If you go into your creator settings, there is a panel where you can download royalty-free music, copyright-approved music for YouTube videos. If you're looking to expand beyond that, I would highly recommend a service like Audio Blocks. That too is a monthly subscription service, but they don't whitelist a channel. Once you download a file from Audio Blocks, it's royalty-free. So after you cancel your subscription with Audio Blocks, you don't have to worry about your videos suddenly being bumped off the whitelist and then having to deal with copyright issues through YouTube. So all this stuff is terrible, right? I'm not having a good time. I don't like this relationship. I'm getting no perks from it, and they're cutting into my revenue. Oh, after that introductory window, I can just quit at any time, right? Well, the problem with that was I screwed up and I didn't manage my calendar very well. Lex had just been born, our baby daughter, and I had just started up my partnership with Pocket Now, and I just sort of lost track of that window. See that description? We're gonna sign on for an introductory period. We'll evaluate whether or not you wanna stay with the service, and then you can quit if you decide you want to. They were very careful in not disclosing that if I missed that quit window, that 1 month, then I wouldn't be able to leave the MCN for another full year of that partnership. So I'm happy to announce that, like Phil DeFranco, I'm very much like Phil DeFranco, production on the SomeGadgetGuy channel is now a solo venture, a solo entity. I have all the same perks that I had with the MCN. It's all on me if I want to do a collaboration with someone on this channel. Like, I have to pick up the phone or contact them through social media, but that was the same thing I had with the MCN. I'm still subscribed to Audio Blocks. I'm a huge fan of that service, and when I decide to leave Audio Blocks, I don't have to fear for my copyright status on YouTube. And best of all, even though I'm only a week removed from my MCN, I'm already noticing a slight bump in my ad revenue. So here's the bummer. I don't want to tell up-and-coming YouTube producers that joining an MCN is a bad thing. And a couple of my friends are still on MCNs, and they seem to get much better perks for those partnerships than what I got. And that really becomes the big danger Will Robinson situation. If you land an account manager, one of these networks who's really involved with your channel, then I think you can get some cool benefits out of it. But I also think that the quality of managers you're likely to find are wildly inconsistent. If you're a huge player and you have like 1 million subscribers, then it kind of doesn't matter. They're gonna bend over backwards to make sure you're happy because they want that tasty ad revenue. But if you're building your channel, this is the same problem that I had in the talent industry when I was working at a talent agency. Very few people want to help you build a career. Most people just want to sit back and manage a career that's already established. YouTube is already crazy democratized. The barrier to entry for creating your own content is wildly low, and services like Twitch or maybe even VidMe might help improve that competition for streaming and sending up your video, for finding an audience and what eyeballs are consuming your content. So if you decide to join an MCN with your channel, just read your contract over a little closer than how I read mine, because I seriously goofed on my calendar. That was a serious misstep, which I'm still kicking myself over because I feel like I've lost so much time in producing for this channel, especially paying much closer attention to when you can leave that contract. But seriously, you get over that honeymoon phase and you're not feeling like they're attentive, you're not feeling that they have your channel's best interests in mind, get out. They're not worth sticking around for. And all of the perks that they bring to the table can be easily replicated through your own sweat equity and other online services. It just feels like a huge weight has been lifted from my shoulders, and I'm actually excited about producing for this channel again. I don't know if you folks have noticed, but this channel's kind of taken a little bit of a back seat to producing on Pocket Now. We have a crazy editorial schedule over on Pocket Now, but that doesn't mean, like I said, I didn't want to leave this channel in the lurch for as long as I have. Folks, I'm glad to be back. and I'm glad to be free. This solo endeavor is really where I should have been all along. Links below this video how you can support production on this channel, especially since I'm a solo entity, like my photography book, Take Better Photos, Smartphone Photography for Noobs, available on Amazon Kindle. Make sure you head over to pocketnow.com for all of my smartphone, tablet, and wearable coverage. We've got some cool stuff over there, the Galaxy S8, the BlackBerry Key 1, some really cool gear that I'm happy to share with you and with that audience. Hit me up on social media, SomeGadgetGuy on Twitter and Instagram, and like, share, subscribe to this channel because I can use all the support I can get, because you know, I'm a solo producer now. I'm a tightrope walker without a net. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you all on the next video.